Lucia. And what's your name?
My name is Enrico.
And you?
My name is Fly.
Well, what's your company name?
Well, our company is I.T.E SRL. It's a small company. SRL would correspond to, in English, a private limited company.
And Mr. Ippolito and Mr. Eman, do you like your job?
Oh yes, I like my job. It is a particular kind of job, but I like it.
Yes, I like it very much. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. Well,
And Mr. Eman, what tools do you use to your job?
well, very simple tools. We use drawings, design of machinery, and simple instruments like meters, compass, and so on and so forth. All that is necessary to do an engineering drawing.
And maybe we can say that you use, of course, PC and camera and the cars, because we use the car to go to the customer.
Mr. Eman, what made you choose this job?
Well, I studied engineering, so this is on the line of the subject I have studied. Basically, we do consultancy on safety engineering, and this is connected to my preparation in the university. That's why I do it.
And how did you start your business?
The question was, at first, I was employed in a private company, but my wife found a job far from Parma, and so it was impossible. We had in that period 3 children, and it was impossible to follow my job in that private company, and so I decided to become a professionist, and I decided to go out of that company, and I started this job in the field of the safety of industrial machinery, because it was a part of the job that I followed in that private company.
Okay. Mr. Eman, how long have you studied to become an entrepreneur?
Well, I didn't study to become an entrepreneur. I studied to become an engineer, and especially to be a consulting engineer.
Would you like children to be entrepreneurs too?
Not necessarily. I would like my children to do what they like best. If they like to become an entrepreneur, it's well. Otherwise, they can do whatever thing they want to do. The important thing is that they should be happy and successful on what they do.
Yeah.
Mr. Ippolito, do you any business exchange with foreign countries?
So the answer is, it is not so easy to answer, because we work, I said before, we work in the field of safety of industrial machinery. We work in some international working groups, and we have sometimes meeting, not in Italy, generally in Europe, but also, for example, in China, in United States, and so on. So sometimes we have this kind of meeting, not in Italy. Only few times we work in a private company, not in Italy. For example, in Spain for Bridgestone, or we stay many times, many years ago, in the United States for a private company and so on. But now we have generally only a meeting, we have only some international meeting.
Mr. Eman, does your company suffer because of the crisis? And what kind of company is yours?
Well, we don't suffer from crisis. We have a number of plants, and sometimes we don't even meet the requirements of our clients. We have more job than we can handle.
Mr. Eman, it is an individual enterprise or a society?
Well, ours is, as I said before, a private limited company, so it's a society. It's not an individual company. It's a company owned by two persons.
Mr. Ippolito, in which sector does it operate?
Yes, like I said before, we work in the field of safety of industrial machinery. And we are not manufacturer, it is a company, a service company, and so we generally go, we go to the company, we do some inspection to the machinery, and we see if this machinery works according to the European directive, safety directive.
Mr. Eman, have you always done this job or did you start doing another activity?
I started doing a very similar activity. I was working for a company in Addis Ababa, Ethiopia, which is to do a feasibility study for industrial enterprise. It's always on the field of consultancy, but unlike consultancy on the safety of machinery, this was consultancy on the viability of making an enterprise or not making it. It consisted of doing a market study for a particular product and do a financial and economic analysis to find out whether it is convenient or not, whether it's feasible, not feasible, to establish an industry. So it's similar to a certain extent in the sense that it's almost the same discipline. You use engineering and economic considerations on doing the job. Now we concentrate basically on the safety of industrial machinery, whereas in my first job we concentrated on establishing an enterprise.
Mr. Ippolito, was your company founded by or did you buy it?
Yes, I founded this company too much years ago. Yes.
Mr. Eman, what you learned in school was good for your business?
Oh yes, but as I said before, this is essentially an engineering work. It's related with industrial machinery, and that was what I studied in the university. So it was a very natural development to do such a job.
And you, Mr. Ippolito?
I think that the university was very important also to the mind, to the way to work, the way to start a new relation and a new. So not only for the exam that we prepare at the university, but the way to think, the way to work.
Mr. Ippolito, was your company success as soon as you started the activity?
When we started the activity, the field of the safety of industrial machinery, it was a new field. Every company needs to follow the safety, but there were no company, no person that known this field. And so when I started, immediately I had a good success.
And Mr. Eman, what are your goals for the future?
Well, the goals are to continue doing the job I'm doing right now. I see that this sector has a demand, and I think the demand will increase rather than decrease. So I think I will continue to do the same job for the coming years.
Mr. Eman, why you believe in the value of doing business?
Well, the basic thing is that business is a part of society. If there are no business, people would not be able to carry on. So I think business makes part and parcel of the life of a person. And usually either one works in a business or one builds his own business. There is no any other intermediate process.
Thank you so much, Mr. Ippolito and Mr. Eman.
Welcome.
Very well.